Hello everybody, I'm Ivan. This video is an introduction of the basic features of Edmodo, especially for Hong Kong secondary school teachers who have not known about Edmodo. First of all, in the group I've created, I pinned a welcome post here, mentioning the goals of this workshop, which include the learning and practicing of basic features of Edmodo, and finally, after this workshop, teachers should be able to reflect on how they can use Edmodo in their classrooms, especially relating to gamification. So I have created some small groups, as you can see here, for better categorization. I will introduce what is Edmodo to teachers and why they should use Edmodo. And then I would teach them some common features of Edmodo, for example, some assessment methods, how to create assignments, etc. And finally, I will leave the time for the teachers to reflect on how they can perform gamification in their classrooms. Well, for time is limited, I have not put all the contents in my group, but I can show some of the points in my agenda. For part 1, what is Edmodo? I plan to use 20 minutes to familiarize the teachers with the basic features and the layout and the buttons of Edmodo. I have left a video here so that teachers can learn themselves in YouTube on what the features basically are. Well, and then I have a poll asking the teachers what they have been using, because in Hong Kong there are many other learning platforms that are online the teachers are using, for example eClass, Schoology, Moodle, etc. So I have to ask them which are they using. Well, after this part, another 20 minutes would be why Edmodo. I have prepared a task for them. They have to self-learn by watching a video and go through a website as the links are provided, and they have to turn in their assignments by answering 2 questions. That is to state something that they have found interesting or useful from the video, and how Edmodo can help them in their classroom. And for part 3, which is the most important part of the training, they should use 1 hour to learn how to use the common features of Edmodo. The first one is to create a group. I will introduce them some common features that they can use about groups. For example, they can post notes or direct messaging to the students or members who are in the group they will be create. And I've left a video here to introduce them with the Edmodo groups and small groups. And for this task, the teachers have to provide a screencast on how they create a group. That is a demo. This exercise is to make sure teachers know how to create a group and the small details and small functions of groups and small groups. And for the next part, the assessments. Teachers will learn how to create assignments, quizzes, and polls. Each of them would have a video attached for the teachers on how to design quizzes and assignments, and how to grade, which is something related to gradebook, and how they can track the students' performances. And for polls, also the same, teachers will be taught how to design polls and what are the functions and the differences between these assessment methods, what are their characteristics and their strengths. And finally, after they have known about these assessment methods, they are asked to create an assessment themselves by using the techniques taught. Yeah, they have to create the assessment in the group they have created in task 2, but they are more free because they can choose 2 out of 3 assessment methods. I do not push them too much. They can create their own assessments no matter what subject they want to. But they have to show as many as possible about the features and the functions of these assessment methods. And one of the features which are commonly used is the badges. I would teach the teachers how badges are related to gamification, which is something trendy nowadays, and I would introduce them also the library and spotlight functions, which provide useful resources for their teaching or the preparation of lessons. And I've attached 2 videos here they can learn themselves. And finally, for the last 20 minutes, they can have a gamification using Edmodo part here. This is not a real task on how they practically use groups, small groups, badges, etc. to gamify the classrooms. This is only a part that they have to brainstorm how the functions of Edmodo can be put into gamification, how they're related. So I've designed this task or assignment to ask them to provide a reflection or a proposal, asking them to explain how they can gamify the classroom using Edmodo, and how the teachers themselves and their students can be benefit from Edmodo. So that's all of my sharing. Thank you.